What's up, YouTube? This is Dwight here with Retro Crypto Channel. It's an awesome day. Had an awesome weekend. Let's see, it is Monday, March 27th at 9:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the good old US of A. And oh my God, it was an awesome weekend, especially Sunday evening, actually. Richard Heart dropped a bombshell. Pulsechain is imminent. So much to talk about, guys. This video is going to have information on just everything that I care about, and hopefully you care about too. Also, before we get started, I need everyone to do me a favor, a huge favor, a blessing, a gift. Hit the like button. Takes 2 seconds. Hit that like button. I know it's annoying, but you got to do it for me. It'll make the channel grow, and it'll get the information out there to the people who need it most. All right, guys. So just take a second, hit that like button, show a brother some love. All right. But anyway, make sure you also subscribe and hit that bell notification. All right. So we're going to dive right into this video. So we're going to be talking about Richard Heart, HEX, technical analysis, some projects on Pulsechain, projects on Pulsechain I didn't care about, but they matter much more to me now. What can I say? We're going to be talking about XEN, do some technical analysis on why XEN is pumping. And at the end of that, I use ChatGPT to help me figure out what banks are healthy or not. Pretty cool. But before we get started, got to do it. So here it goes. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an ordinary guy out there on the internet with a passion for cryptocurrency. It's essential that you do your own research before making any and all financial decisions. All right, guys. So with that said, we're going to dive right over here to this tweet right here. Richard Heart yesterday evening put out this tweet. Let me change my screens here so you get a better view. Boom, and we're gonna make it larger. All right, so right here, Richard Heart put out this tweet. This is your warning that Pulsechain and Pulsechain can launch at any time now without warning. That's it, guys. That's the hammer. He dropped the hammer. I know he likes to think he has the biggest PP, whatever. He's moved on from that. He's now professional. That would be the hammer, though, wouldn't it? Anyway, just play. Anyway, he I can't even say that. All right. So anyway, so what this is saying is basically, I'm predicting within the next 2 weeks, maybe sooner, maybe later. Now, when he originally came out, he always said he would give a 2 weeks notice or a notice of a realistic notice of some type. So I'm really hoping it's within the next 2 weeks, we'll see Pulsechain launch. It could launch right now. It could change a lot of lives. I don't know if it's going to change mine. I don't know if I sacrificed enough, but maybe you did. All right. So with that said, let's jump over to HEX. And HEX was kind of disappointing. I was expecting a major run up today, but nothing at all special. Look at this on the Fu Manchu chart here, the 4-hour chart. A lot of short signal fired off on the 24th, sell signal on the 25th, and a bearish continuation. So HEX really isn't that exciting, unfortunately, on this chart. The Fu Manchu B chart, actually, we wrote down this channel here for the 23rd, the sell signal, tried to go to a buy, went back to a sell, struggling back and forth, but we're currently sitting at a sell signal again on a 4-hour chart. Cash flow to the market looks good, but the volume is down. Now, if you look over here with HEX at the Bollinger Bands, you'll see that HEX is actually indicating itself as being oversold. If we look behind it, I got the Ichimoku flowing right back here, and the Ichimoku is showing that HEX is bullish right now, or should be according to previous indicators, and should go back to bearish on the 23rd. But it's feeling pretty bearish right now, to tell you the truth, guys. The stochastic RSI, I always mess that up. It is actually, this runs different than a regular RSI. This is more volatile, it's a tighter time frame, and it's indicating a bit of a pullback on HEX. That's what I'm seeing myself. And the RSI is indicating that HEX is oversold right now. So this is showing a pullback, but it's still slightly overbought. This is showing oversold with the longer time frame here. And then MACD has HEX as bullish. All right. Now, oh yeah, did you guys hit the like button yet? I know you liked the video. Hit the like button. It helps me out so much. I'm going to keep doing it. It's so annoying. You can only imagine what I do to my wife. All right. So let's look at HEX here with the 4-hour chart, and you'll see that the 20-day moving average has crossed under the 50-day moving average. Kind of disappointing. And but HEX has and then it looks like it's about to cross underneath the 100-day moving average. But at least HEX has managed to stay above. Nope, it's under the 100-day moving average too. So it's just the 200-day moving average supporting HEX right now. Now, I'm not worried at all. Actually, there may be a bit of sell-off on HEX because there is, when Pulsechain launches, you're going to get a copy of your HEX and your PHEX. So Pulse HEX and EHEX, Ethereum HEX, okay? So obviously it's going to cause the Ethereum HEX to pull back while the two markets, reach an equilibrium, a balance. Hope that makes sense. And that's going to happen with more than just HEX. But it is what it is, part of the plan, the master plan. I'm down for the plan. How about you? Did you hit the like button? If you're down with the plan, you hit that like button. All right. HEX USDC here. Let's look at what I charted out. Okay, I had this trend line drawn, and HEX was climbing that trend line, but it looks like we dropped underneath that trend line. All that tells me is that HEX is what? Bearish? Bearish, do you say? Yes, HEX is very bearish right now. All right, now let's take a look up here, and you'll see I drew some resistance points that we got to break through for HEX. One of them is 0.0933. Next one is 0.1119. Next one up is 0.13519. Now, if you took anything from my HEX technical analysis right now, everything I just said in this video, what's most important is Pulsechain is around the corner. It's going to change a lot of stuff for everybody. And HEX is currently bearish. That's the takeaway so far. And the fact that you hit the like button because you appreciate my channel and you want to see my channel grow. You want to just give this brother some love. All right, thank you. All right. Now let's take a quick look here at the Pulsechain testnet version 3, and you see it ticking away right here. Now, what you can do is you can go copy paste your MetaMask address. It's so easy. If you can't figure it out, it's right on YouTube. And drop it in here. Once you drop it in there, you can get down here. It comes on the bottom of your screen, and you can literally play with it, guys. And matter of fact, I think I have a fake one. Let me double check first. So I don't want you guys to see my stove. Oh, nope, I don't have it up there yet. Oh, well. All right, so you can put it down there, and then you can look around at addresses and see what's up, all right? It's pretty cool stuff there. And I did have some tokens in it, but not all the tokens that I thought were going to be ported over have ported over. But if you read up here, it says we are currently working on indexing pre-Pulsechain fork data, which means the token balances and other pre-Pulsechain information may not reflect accurate values until the task is completed. However, it's worth noting that this pre-Pulsechain data can still be accessed through Ethereum Explorer. All right, so I should get them in there, but they're not there yet. It's working on it. All right, just imagine the amount of data that's being uploaded. It's got to be amazing. All right. This is just a little word of advice. Actually, I could have used this address. Oh, well. Just a word of advice. You want to get in here in Pulsechain. I'm pretty familiar with crypto bridges and crypto everything at this point for the most part, except for NFTs. They're pretty cut and dry, but I'm definitely not an NFT guru. But you want to get in here. This is basically a copy of, was it PancakeSwap that he used? I thought he used a copy of PancakeSwap or Uniswap. It doesn't matter. They all have the same basic concept. But if you don't understand how to do it, you want to get in here with the testnet and play around with it. You go to Richard Heart's tweet, information's in there. You can play around with providing liquidity. It depends. It depends where you want to go with things, honestly, and your degree of knowledge. Right here, this is the farms. You can play around with these farms and the pools. All right, and over here, this was the one I thought was kind of important for some people. If you're a real tech guru, like I did build a mining machine back in the day. I built 2 mining machines back in the day, and it was a lot of fun. It actually caused me to challenge myself, which is huge. And I suggest that if you want to really challenge yourself, try to become a validator. It has some stringent, they're not really stringent, they're just requirements, and it costs, time, and we need them. So if you are tech savvy and you're interested in building a validator, I suggest you do it, especially at free time. I don't think I had enough time to throw at it, and I drove my wife crazy when I built my mining machines back in the day, with GPU cards. It was fun, but I'm just going to sit back on this one. But yeah, they definitely need validators out there, guys. All right. There's a pulse bridge right here. Pulse bridge has something to do with the I believe pulse bridge has something to do with the how do I the fact that it needs to be up and running. Long story short. All right. Now, next thing up, this I've seen Coast. I follow Coast. Coast actually follows me, but I don't really pay too much of mine. I just read the stuff, respond. Then I saw this little video, a direct hex fiat on rep confirmed. So I think Coast, I didn't know it, but this is kind of huge, guys. But before I tell you why it's huge, I want you to hit that like button. Did you scroll up yet? Help me out. All right, here we go. All right. Your money on Pulse, non-custodial on ramp, off ramp, and stable coin for Pulsechain. Get notified, learn more. Basically, I'm not going to sit here and read this all to you, but this is kind of cool because they're claiming to be a on off ramp for. Yeah, I'll do this video real quick. There's no sound. Here we go. There's your dollar bill. Goes in to Pulsechain, turns that hex, then it should come back out. Anyway, you want to play around with this, guys. This really has my interest. Basically, it says transparency, liquidity, collateral, redemption. I can't ubiquity. Oh boy, that made me look dumb. Oh well. Anyway, check this out, guys. All right, let's jump into that's it for the Pulse stuff and Hex. Now let's take a look at XEN Crypto real quick, guys. XEN is doing big things. Total supply of XEN is what is that, quadrillion or whatever? Because that's a million. That's a billion. Okay, 10 trillion. All right, so there's 10 trillion XEN right now, worth $12,396,721. The liquid supply is, I hate this, 100 billion, 9 trillion, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, you get the idea. There's the total number of staked and total gas burnt since inception. Now, down here's the part that I wanted you to see that really struck a chord with me. And you'll notice that the XEN distribution is 13.33% burnt, which is awesome. And if you look at XEN consumption under all, you'll see that the right here it breaks it all down for XEN. So we'll start at the bottom. Penalties is 305 trillion 529 million, so on and so on. And then you got the burns right beneath that with 1,607,210,000,000 burnt. Wow. And then you see the portion that's in the state that's currently staked. But this is what's causing XEN to move in a positive direction, guys. Now I know a lot of Hexicans, they said they stand their ground, they hate XEN. I understand being loyal to a project, but do not be so loyal to a project that you do it at your own how do I want to word this, that you're doing it to your own detriment. That my wife heard me. She came in my rescue behind me. So you don't ignore XEN. Keep an open mind. Keep your eyes wide open. All right. Remember this old saying: the friend of my enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And guess what? Our enemy is the banking system of the U.S. currently, the world. It's not the U.S. It's the world, guys. And we're all on the same team. So we need to stop fighting with each other, join each other, and then attack. All right. But that's just my little take on that. But yeah, anyway, DB XEN is causing the burn of XEN because you got to remember XEN was hyperinflationary. And I drew this and the response was awesome on Twitter the other day. And basically what I did was XEN broke through key resistance point right here. Then it hit the strong resistance up here, which we're heading right back up to it right now. Then we dropped down. XEN capitulated and broke through the support level. And then XEN is bullish at this point. We did a little drop and we're still bullish moving up there. And we're actually heading to that key resistance point, which is huge. I want to see how that plays out today. Currently, XEN is up 98% from its all-time low, which is very good news. That is something to be excited about. And that we just got to have that keep happening over and over again. All right. Yeah, this is huge, guys. This is very huge. All right. So let's take a quick look at XEN right now with the Fu Manchu chart here. And XEN is 100% bullish. There was a little short signal fired off, but we went back to being bullish. And this was a change from previous trend, long signal, all these bullish continuations, only two of these little red triangles for bearish continuations. Awesome, guys. Now this little yellow line here, that's that key support level. We don't want to drop below here, right here. All right. The Fu Manchu B chart also has Zen as being bullish, and we're just opening up into a channel here. I think we have a strong possibility of breaking through this resistance today, guys. It's looking pretty damn good. It's looking very good, and the volume's up, momentum's up. It's looking very, very good. All right. Did you guys hit the like button yet? I know you hit that like button. Did you hit it? I got like 35 likes like 2 videos ago. It made my day. Give me a blessing, peoples. All right, so let's jump over here and let's take a quick peek at Zen. Okay, with the Bollinger Bands, Zen is definitely bullish. Exponential moving, I'm sorry, not exponential moving average. The I forgot what it's called. Ichimoku. Ichimoku is indicating being bullish for the next 4 days. The stochastic RSI is showing extreme buy pressure being put on it. And it's moving up quickly. Remember, that's the short term. RSI is also looking very healthy, which is long term. Zen is looking good, guys. Looking tasty. Very delicious. Anyway, and then MACD, which lags behind the market, is bullish. Now, just as a quick peek at the, is this the Polygon version? Yes, Polygon Zen right now had a pretty big wick up here, as you can see, pulled back, but it's looking very good. It is literally 100% bullish right now. It's kind of hard to chart it when it does the wick like this, but it's bullish, guys. Then if you look at, matter of fact, let's do this on the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart, yep, still bullish. Looks good, guys. Down here with the Fu Manchu B chart, put this back on a 4-hour chart. There we go. Long momentum's up. We're right in the middle of a very big channel here. Wow, not used to seeing channels that fat. That's a fatty. All right, so this baby's got some back on her right here, riding up through this channel. Long signal's good. Volume's good. Cash flow's a little low, but yeah, Polygon, man. I'm kind of excited about the Zen on Polygon. I'm gonna see where this goes, and it does predict it to be bearish for the next like 3 days, and then have a little bit of bullishness. We'll see how Polygon plays this out. I'll take it either way. And then we have Binance Zen, which I think finally found its bottom. I mean, it just keeps dropping, but it looks like it's found its bottom also, which is a huge thing. Right here, we have a change from previous trend and then a long signal. So that's very good for the Binance Zen for what it's worth. And I do think the bottom's been established. That is key. The whole key to everything was a bottom being established. All right, next up is the Fu Manchu B chart here. And you'll see Zen, the Binance Zen is doing quite good. It's bullish. It's bullish. Yay. The momentum's up, volume's up. Cash flow is negative, but that's all good. The market itself is just negative today. All right, and this here, there was a big wick up the other day with Zen. I hate when this happens. Throws the charts off, but regardless, still good news. But yeah, so that's it for the Zen Crypto. If you like this Zen video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support me. Now, this part here, it's not a commercial. I'm not getting nothing for this. It's ChatGPT. What I did was I went to ChatGPT and I typed in something stupid. I wrote, where to find a list of bank stress results. We all know the banking system's unhealthy right now. I'm like, what the hey? How can I figure this out? And it sent me here, federalreserve.gov. So I went to federalreserve.gov, and basically this is where they do the stress test. Okay, guys. Now this is directly from the federalreserve.gov website, and I'm going to read the preface, and then we'll give you an idea how this works for the stress test, and then yeah. All right. Federal Reserve promotes safe and sound and efficient banking system that supports the U.S. economy through a supervision and regulation of domestic and foreign banks. As part of its supervision efforts, the Federal Reserve conducts annually a stress test. The stress test assesses how large domestic and foreign banks, as well as saving and loan holding companies, are likely to perform under hypothetical recessions. I summarize the stress test cycle. As part of this cycle, the Federal Reserve publishes 4 documents in the following chronological order. Stress test scenarios describes the hypothetical recessions used in the Federal Reserve stress test. Stress test methodology provides comprehensive details about the models and methodology used in the stress test. And you blah, 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 blah. Oh, here, no, large bank capital requirements announces the individual capital requirement for large banks, which are particularly determined by the result of the stress test. That is the problem right there, the large bank capital. All right. So how stress test works for large banks. Federal Reserve develops stress test scenarios. The Federal Reserve develops or selects stress test models. Banks submit detailed data. Using the scenario data and bank data as variables in the stress test models, the Federal Reserve projects how banks are likely to perform under a hypothetical recession. The Federal Reserve uses results of supervisory stress tests in part to set capital requirements for participating banks. In other words, banks are supposed to have a certain amount of money at hand, and we all know they carry like 1%. Maybe it's 10%, 1% of 10. It's ridiculous, guys. If everybody was to go to the bank at once and ask for their money, they were all flowed. Absolutely ridiculous. It makes me so mad. But anyway, long story short, so down here, this is stress test banks subject to global market shock. You'll see Market America's right here at the top. Subject to counterparty default, Bank of America, subject to exploratory market shock, Bank of America. Mellon Bank is just as bad. Barclays is bad for the first two, but not the last. Capital One is good. BMO Financial Corp's good. Charles Schwab is good. Citigroup, still garbage. And matter of fact, I thought Citigroup was the one that led the way in 2007. Go figure, right? Citizens Financial is good. Credit Suisse is bad. No, I'm sorry. They are subject to counterparty default and subject to global market shock. Go figure. That's exactly what happened with SVB Bank. Anyway, and this list goes on. Goldman Sachs is not healthy. JP Morgan's not healthy. Morgan Stanley's not healthy. Believe it or not, M&T Bank is healthy. That's a good one. All right, I know that one. I believe that's the one Ravens football team stadium's named after that one. But anyway, guys, you definitely want to take a look at this. Quite interesting information. And then you could dig deeper and deeper and deeper and educate yourself on exactly how the banking system works and the stress test and how it all comes together. All right. And last but not least, first citizens to buy Silicon Valley Bank. So what's happening is the banking industry is consolidating, which I can't possibly see how it's healthy because they keep playing this too big to fail game. And it's just consolidating smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's so obvious and it's happening right before our eyes. But anyway, what happens when the banks that do the bailouts got to be bailed out? That's where it gets scary. And I think that may be approaching in the near future. We got guys predicting a $1 million Bitcoin. We'll see. If that happens, I'm good. How about you? All right, guys. But anyway, stay blessed, stay happy. Keep hitting that like button. Make sure you leave comments. I love comments. Should have said that already. And last but not least, Hexicans and Zenians, get along. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace out.